Today, we're talking about how to stack on a budget. Greetings, Star Wars stackers. How you doing? Stacking Stormtrooper here. If you're new to the channel, I'm a guy in a bucket talking about precious metals. So make sure you get the bell notification clicked, hit that subscribe button so that way you get updated. This is like the 400th time I've said this line and I still messed it up. Greetings, Star Wars stackers. How you doing? I'm the Stacking Stormtrooper. If you're new to the channel, I'm a guy in a bucket talking about precious metals. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, get the bell notification clicked, and that way you get updated with any new content. There we go, we got it. Anyway, today's video, guys, I'm talking about how to stack on a budget. I've seen many people in different live streams and on different channels talking about how they're just getting into stacking, and you can see and sense the discouragement that some of these people have because they are new, or maybe they don't have a lot of money in their budget. But you know what? We've all been there. And so you don't want to get discouraged. Stacking precious metals is a long game. I'm just rambling. Well, whatever. Anyway, so why don't we take a look? So for the purpose of this video, guys, I got a couple different things of bullion here that I'm going to show you. And, you know, again, this is just my opinion and what I tell my friends and family members who are thinking about getting into stacking of precious metals. And you know what? You can take what you want from this. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to talk to you guys as if you're a friend of mine. And so what I've got here are a variety of different things that I think some people should stack if you're just starting out and or are on a limited budget. Or, you know, if you're thinking about getting some higher end collector's items, there's some things I would actually tell you to stay away from. So with that said, I'm just going to kind of jump right in. As some of you are very well educated about different precious metals and bullion, there are different types of silver, right? We've got the 40% silver. We've got 90% silver, which is this stuff here. And then we got 999 fine silver. And, you know, all of the silver types have their own place in a stacker's strategy. But for somebody that's starting out and might be on a limited budget, maybe let's say $100 a week or $100 a month or whatever, and you're looking to make that first purchase, there's some things I would tell you to kind of do and things I would tell you not to. First thing I would say for anybody starting out is that the American Silver Eagle, which are these right here, and I'm sorry that I banged into the camera there, but the American Silver Eagles are tried and true. They are the most well-known amongst stackers globally. And the American Silver Eagle is the most, I guess, the coin that has the most notoriety and recognition. And, you know, not only are they beautiful, but the premium on them usually is about $2. And I'm so glad that these are toning, even though they're in an airtight. Anyway, the reason that they are also really good is because even though that they have that, you know, slightly higher premium on them, again, you'll most likely get a lot of that premium back when you go to sell it, if you ever do decide to sell it. So an American Silver Eagle coin is definitely something that I would suggest people purchase with their first purchases, or if they are just stacking gradually, this is the one I would say to pick up first and foremost. Always try to wrap your budget up. Watch out, cat. My cat's in here. Always try to get an American Silver Eagle with your purchases. That's the one thing I would tell people to do. The other thing I would say to do too is if you have a slightly higher budget, again, I'm saying if you're in like the $100 range, like I said, you want to get a couple of, you know, American Silver Eagles, but I would also say definitely get some generics. Now, I'm not a huge fan on the generics. I picked these up recently. As you know, I do have auctions. Yes, I'm holding these with my bare hand. Guys, I've slightly been converted into a barehander. But, you know, these are generics. You could get these relatively cheap, usually very, very close to spot. So right now spot sits at around, I would say 17 bucks and change. So you could get these maybe for 20, 30 cents above spot, maybe 50 cents above spot. And also if you have an LCS near you, a local coin shop, you could definitely pick up some generic rounds, right? So again, if you're, let's say you have like $100 to spend on your budget, I would say maybe break it apart like this, where you get a few generics, you get an American Silver Eagle. You could also do bars. I'm not a huge fan of bars, although people do like them. They stack nicely, but they're really not for me. Again, these are for like giveaways and stuff. But I would say that you definitely then want to pick up some Constitutional Silver, okay? And Constitutional Silver is 90% silver, and it is dimes and quarters that were struck from 1964 and older. And, you know, again, this is relatively cheap, a cheap way of stacking silver. And I believe you, you know, I believe you should stack dimes if you had the option. Definitely get dimes. And even though Mercury dimes, which are these right here, are very cool, I would suggest that you get the Roosevelt dimes because the Roosevelt dimes, by and large, since they are newer than the Mercury dimes, have less wear and tear, and they're not as slick. So you actually have a little bit more silver content with a Roosevelt dime. Like here's an example. Check out this, you know, Mercury dime. It's fairly slick, and then you can check out the level of detail on the Roosevelt. Right, so it's just something that I would suggest that you do is get a Roosevelt dime or Roosevelt dimes, maybe a couple of quarters. But the reason I say to do $100 usually is because a lot of the bullion websites, they give you free shipping on anything that is $100 or more. And like I said, if you are on a budget, you want to try to get as close to that $100 mark. And now a lot of the different states within the United States, you have to pay tax on. So, you know, that also affects everybody's budget. Now here I have some grams, and these are some items that I include in my giveaways for my auction. You know, again, if you're really on a shoestring budget, you know, something is better than nothing. So if you want to pick up some of these little, you know, gram rounds, definitely can do something like that. But I would advise you not to. Again, these are some giveaways, stuff that I give away for free. But again, if you're looking to stack silver on a budget, I would say go with a minimum of $100. And maybe diversify it up a little bit like this. You know, get a few generics to get that bulk into the stack, get more ounces into the stack, get one higher premium item, and maybe some junk silver, so that way you could get, you know, some silver relatively cheaply. Now, what I would say not to do if you are on a budget is getting stuff like this. Now, granted, this stuff is pretty, but this is higher end collector item stuff. And these are things that I, you know, occasionally will splurge on and get for my own stack. These are actually for my own stack, but this is the type of stuff that you see me selling on the auctions. But here you've got a panda, and these obese bears, you know, they're 30 grams in a coin as opposed to the 1 ounce. China recently changed that a few years back. But I would advise you not to get something like this, because you're going to be paying a higher premium, more so than on an American Silver Eagle. Yes, you have to look at the sales. Sometimes the online bullion dealers will have sales where they'll have a random year panda going for cheaper than an American Silver Eagle. That's when I would say, okay, get the panda then. You know what I mean? But it's rare that that happens. You know, this is just a newer release. This is just an oak leaf, higher premium item. You know, the redback spider, just something cool, higher premium item. You know, again, these are just some examples. I would say stay away from stuff like this. You know, you'll be tempted. You'll see stuff like that, and you're like, oh, that's a really cool design. But again, if you're on a budget, guys, stick to what I've got right there in the center of the cog. Now, this is a 10-ounce bar. The beautiful thing about a 10-ounce bar, guys, is that you can stack for bulk at a much cheaper rate. It's just like volume discount pricing. You have more bulk, you're going to get a lower price per ounce when you buy. But again, you know, if you're on a budget, you know, this being a 10-ounce bar, you might not have it in your budget to spend $170 or $180, $190 on a 10-ounce bar. So if you have a slightly higher budget and you're looking to stack for a serious weight, some of you might want to consider going for a bar like this. But again, I'm thinking for a $100 budget starting off, something like this is a good bet. Now you probably could get more junk silver than that there. You know, maybe you could get, you know, $3, $4 face value. But again, you kind of want to diversify it up a bit. Now the last thing I want to talk to you about is gold, okay? Now gold, as you know, is, is awesome. A lot of people love it. It comes in all different weights and sizes, just like the silver does, but it's a lot more cost prohibitive. Now, the thing is, I've done previous videos where I show my full stack. These are 1/10 ounce gold coins. A lot of people are divided on these. The reason being is that these command a higher premium when you convert, let's say 1/10 ounces into the cost of, let's say, buying one 1-ounce coin. This will maybe cost you about $100 more. So if I count out 10 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just bear with me, guys. 10, right? Here you've got your 10, all right, 10 1/10 ounce gold coins, right? And the cost of that, if you comparison shop, it's going to cost you about $100 more than the 1-ounce gold eagle. So why am I showing you this? Not to show you what I've got. I've already done that before. But it's because some of you who are looking to buy gold, you want to buy it and you want to try to get it for as cheap as you possibly can. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But you know, the thing is, the premium on the 1/10 ounce gold eagles is relatively high, and the premium on the 1-ounce gold eagle is relatively low for gold, that is, but it is expensive. You're talking like $1,400, $1,500. So what I would suggest that you do is either A, try to buy gold when you can, even if it is a 1/10 ounce. Okay, just because the premium's a little bit higher, you could probably get some of that premium back if you go to resell it. And again, you know, at least you're stacking little by little. You could do something like this, where this is like a gold peso. This is like 1/20th of an ounce. This is, you know, about half that size. Again, the premium on this is going to be even higher than that. But my suggestion would to be doing something like this, where you get a 1/4 ounce gold coin. You know, I've purchased different types of gold coins, you know, 1/4 ouncers. Here we've got, what is this, a Britannia? You know, whatever I could do at the time, whatever is cheap, you know, whatever's got the cheapest sale. So I picked up these 1/4 ounce gold coins relatively inexpensively on, I think it was either Provident or something that had a really good deal. You could do, again, Britannias or the, what do you call it, the Philharmonics, but you've got options. But I would suggest, guys, if you're on a budget, you do what you can. You either try to do something like this for like $100. If you're trying to get some gold, get something like this where it's like a 1/10 ounce gold coin. But anything is better than nothing. Don't beat yourself up over the fact that you don't have a large stack. I didn't have this starting out. I started from 0, and over time, it just accumulates. So guys, that pretty much is my thoughts on what to do. Slow and steady wins the race. Little by little, chip away at that stack, get it going, get some variety in your silver stack, and the rest will take care of itself. So guys, with that, I'm the Stacking Stormtrooper. I hope you liked this video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you check out that video. This video is awesome too. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Long live the Empire.